everyone. This is the video 2 of lesson number 8, cell structure and function. In the first video, we have studied about the discovery of cell and how the cell was discovered by different scientists. We also studied about cell theory and about the cell, that it is the basic unit of life. Now today we will continue with the different parts of the cell. A typical cell consists of 3 parts, that is cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. So let's study each part in detail now. Cell membrane is the outer membrane of the cell, outer boundary you can say. Nucleus, it is present inside the cell membrane, and between cell membrane and nucleus there is a jelly-like substance that is known as cytoplasm. Nucleus and cytoplasm are together known as protoplasm or the living matter in a cell. So let's continue each part separately. First is cell membrane. Cell membrane is also called the plasma membrane. It is forming the boundary of the cell. You can see in this picture that it is forming the boundary of the cell. It is a thin and a delicate membrane that separates the cell from its surrounding. The main function of cell membrane is to give shape and size to the cell. These are certain points which you should know about the cell membrane. First, you will mark it, the location where it is present, then what is the function and its composition. Cell membrane is made up of lipids. Lipids are basically the fats like cholesterol, and also protein is also present in it. Now, the plant cell along with the cell membrane, they have one more cell organelle that is known as cell wall. Okay, the cell wall is made up of stiff material that is known as cellulose. It protects the plant from temperature variations, from high speeds wind and from atmospheric moisture also. So you can see here the cell membrane is this, and one more layer behind cell membrane that is known as cell wall. Here you can see it more clearly. Cell wall on the outer side, and then it is cell membrane. Always remember that cell wall is present in a plant cell only. It is absent in an animal cell. Let's see activity 1 and activity 2. In activity 1, it was there to make a slide of an onion peel, and in activity 2, the cells of cheek cell were to be observed. So if we see under a microscope, these cells will look like this. You can differentiate between them. This is a cheek cell, that is an animal cell, and this is a onion cell. Onion peel cell is there. So you can differentiate here that here you can see the cell wall. These structures, they are known as cell wall, and here in animal cell, the cell wall is absent. One more thing, vacuole is present in plant cell. These are empty spaces. Vacuole is not present in an animal cell. Rest other features are common. Cell membrane is there, then cytoplasm is there, and nucleus is there. So these 3 are common in plant and animal cell. The difference is there in terms of cell wall and vacuoles. Let's come to the next part of the cell, that is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid which is present inside the cell membrane. It is occupying the space between cell membrane and nucleus. You can see here, this is the cell membrane, this is the nucleus, and this substance which is filled between is known as the cytoplasm. All the life function take place in cytoplasm because all the cell organelles, they are present in cytoplasm and they are performing different functions. Different organelles like Golgi bodies, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, ribosomes, etc. We will study each one by one. Okay. So these are the functions and the structure. As I have told you, you have to learn them like this only. Okay. Next, let's come to the third part, that is the nucleus. Nucleus is a oval shaped body that floats in the cytoplasm, and it has following parts. You can see here in the center of the nucleus there is a structure that is known as nucleolus. Okay, nucleolus, and it contains ribonucleic acid, which is required for the synthesis of protein. And then you can see chromatin is there. These are thread-like structures which are made up of DNA, and they contain genes, and genes are responsible for passing genetic characters from parents to the offspring. Then again there is nucleoplasm. What is nucleoplasm? This green color substance here is nucleoplasm. It is a fluid which is present between the nucleolus and nuclear membrane. So these are the different parts of nucleus. Learn them. These are very important. Okay, nucleolus, nucleoplasm, nuclear membrane, and chromatin. In some of the book you can see that chromosome is also written there. Okay, then nuclear pore, it is a small hole like substance which is present in the nuclear membrane, that is known as nuclear pore. Okay, so the main functions of nucleus is to transmission of characters. Means the characters are transferred from the parent to the offspring through nucleus, because nucleus is having chromosomes, genes are there which are responsible for the transmission of characters. And nucleus also control all the life functions which take place inside the cell. It is also controlled by nucleus. So you can see that it is the main control of a cell. It controls all the functions. Next, let's come to prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic, pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. Okay, so the organisms like bacteria and blue-green algae, they are known as prokaryotes. Why? Because they do not have a well-defined nucleus. There is no boundary, and nucleus is not very specific in its structure. So they are known as prokaryotes. And eukaryotes, U means EU, U means true, and karyon means nucleus. The organisms which have well-defined nucleus, they are known as eukaryotes. Okay, so learn the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. This much for today. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good day ahead.